Hi everyone, another little mini lesson here for you. This one's going to be kind of short and sharp, and there's a bit of a clue in there about what the lesson's going to be about. I like to help my students with their strumming technique. It's definitely one of those things that a lot of people have a little bit of an issue just getting right. You know, they either feel that they're just not quite getting the tempo right or the rhythm approach right and everything like that. So I have a little tip and a little exercise I give to all my students that hopefully you can take a little bit of value out of. And I call this the strumming strike. Now, it's got nothing to do with any chords you place on your fretboard. This is solely to do with the right hand, okay? So basically, it's quite simple. So this works for people more on a beginner's level right through to intermediate. So what you do is you want to rest your hand ever so lightly, your left hand, on the fretboard, so you're not really making a sound, right? And this is a focus on the right hand. So however you've been strumming, whatever technique you've been trying to work through, this is a way to check how it's actually sounding without worrying about the chords and the sound of the chords. A lot of people tend to sort of play the chords, worry about the chords and strumming at the same time. And there's a little bit of a sort of a sharing of concentration there, which means that you're focusing on kind of half a job on the chords and half a job on the strumming. So what I'm doing here is eliminating the fact that I'm not worried about the chord. I'm worried about what the right hand's doing. I've had lessons for years and years and years, and one of the things that I remember most that helped me out the most was make sure your strumming is consistent. And so this is how I do it. So I am muting the strings and striking the strings to get a sound that is a strike of all of the strings sounding struck together at the same time. So a lot of people, if they're strumming and they try this, will do something and it sounds kind of like this. Very, very heavy, and you can hear there's a bit of a clack of the pick going through the strings. It means that your pick is going through the strings a little bit too heavy-handedly, and possibly even your pick is going through the strings a bit too far. Could even be buried in there. I'm going to try and actually adjust a nice little close-up for you. Just 1 second. I'm going to switch over to a close-up and show you what I mean. So if I was to use a pick here and demonstrate that the pick is probably going too far into the strings, therefore causing that really unnecessary drag, right? So there, you can see the strings are moving, aren't they? What we want to try and achieve is that the strings don't move at all, and you just strike the strings and skim right across the front of the guitar, right? So you basically, you're only using a scrape across the strings, not like that. Okay, so the heaviness means that your chords will sound like this. So here's a demonstration of what it sounds like when people are doing a bit of a heavy-handed strum, where you can hear the pick going through the strings and might be going in a little bit too deep, and that sounds like this. And this is how it sounds like with a chord. Still sounds okay, but it's really, really heavy. Now here's the difference. I call it the strumming strike. So when I'm striking the strings, again, repeating the too heavy, clacky, clacky, I call it click-clack in the strings, but we want to skim, like skimming. Imagine a stone skimming across the water. You just want to strike. Sweep across the strings as if you're trying to brush them or trying to brush something away from your guitar. Say so, get off, get off, get off. It's called the strumming strike. Nice and light, skim across the strings, and then your chords will sound nice and full. There we go, the strumming strike, one of my essential tips for guitar playing. Thanks for watching.